Hello and welcome. I might still have a little bit of a bedroom voice. Here, hello. Welcome to Martheev Manor. Let's do sex stuff. Here on Friday, July the 3rd. Holy shit. Holy shit. A sketch and a question in the same week? What the fuck? I don't know, man. This hasn't happened in like a month. I swear, this hasn't happened in like, at least like 3 weeks, maybe? Before the hot springs trip. That much I know. But yes, I did a sketch Wednesday. I didn't get to it Tuesday because I fell asleep. And then today I'm doing this. But it helps that I didn't end up going to Parks and Rec today. I guess, I don't know, because it was an observed holiday, or everybody else decided to take the day off or something. Like, I don't even know if there'd be anybody there to unlock the building for us. Because since technically, you know, but it's like the banks are closed, as far as I know. Excuse me. I don't think they deliver mail today. So, I don't know why Parks and Rec would be open, but I don't know. But I didn't do that. So, I came home and immediately fell asleep, I believe. And now it's a little after 11. About 11:30. Oh, shoot. I can try to take a drink of our water, Minxie and my water, which has been sitting here since the incident. The blood clots in the lungs thing. When that happened, Mom actually got me a drink of water in this cup. It's not the same water. It's not the same drink as 3 years ago. That's almost 3 years ago now. Or it will be at the end of July, I think. But yeah, I guess because there's a cup of water sitting there, Minxie has decided this is where she gets her water now, is the water that's sitting over here next to me. So, I call it our water, because sometimes if I don't have, you know, like right now I have my live wire, but it's empty, because I drank it all, I just didn't throw away the can yet. So sometimes I'll use it to, like, take my pills. Speaking of taking my pills, I guess, since technically I slept through my 9 a.m. dose, I should probably take some Equiquis. Hold on. I'll take it with a water, because that's what we're doing. Remember, I have no live wire, so I have to take it with something. And I don't take the Metoprolol. I think it's with this Metoprolol. That's what we're going to say. I don't know. But I take that once a day, but that's at night. So, we're done. We're done with that stuff. The medical stuff. Now down to the sex stuff. Yeah. No, I just got out of bed. We're not getting back in. Sorry. Can't help you. You know, I just think it was a boring week. I don't think that there's much of an update to give you guys on anything that I know of. Excuse me. Work was work. I survived it, I guess. I'm a survivor. Just give me like some really. Here, I'll use this ball. There's my orange Reba hair. So, you're welcome. So, yeah. The other day I learned that I could have left at 6. And I should have. I mean, it was okay. But it's like, you know, both of my usual rides home, were leaving at 6. So, and that's Francesca, you know, who lives right around the corner from me. So it's very convenient for her. And then Mary Lee. But at least that day, because I don't like to bother Norm if I don't have to, even though he comes right by here. But it's like, I know sometimes he leaves, like he leaves on the dot. You know, he leaves right at 7, or sometimes a little bit earlier if he can manage it, because there's like this 9-minute grace period, but we don't talk about that. You know, even though I knew an employee years ago that would clock out at 6:51 every single day. Never got in trouble for it, but yeah, because it's that grace period, so they can't really say anything. But whatever. Yeah, so I know, and sometimes Norm will actually even leave early, so it's I don't want to hold him up if he, because once he hits 7, he's ready to go, he's out, and sometimes I'm not quite finished at 7 o'clock, so, I don't want to, or I'm finishing up, but it's it still takes me a minute to, get my stuff and get ready and go and whatever, so it's I don't like holding him up if I don't have to, which is why, I use my other 2 options. Norm comes by here. He at least comes this direction. He lives further down, but so he probably drives the main road more than... This is just a little pit stop for him, I guess, off to the side of the road. Whatever. But he was there until 7, so if he wasn't there, I was if he had left at 6, I was I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll walk home. Especially, that's not a bad thing, but considering, I get off work at 7, and then I go back to work to second job at 8 o'clock, that hour in between, if I can get even a 10-minute cat nap, it's better, I guess. There have been a few times when I've actually started dozing off on the mower. Actually, this week I was dozing off on the mower. I think Thursday, maybe. I don't know. So it's I start, making little lines. At least I've never, I wake up before I, drive off into a big ditch or something. So, there's that. But yas, Queen. I can't think of, really, but yeah, because Francesca was scheduled at 6, Marilee was scheduled at 6, and I was scheduled at 6, but I didn't even think to, check that or look at that. So, because Heather asked me, she came along later, luckily just in time because I was looking for something for a customer, and she's like, I can't remember exactly how she worded it, but she's like, did you not want to leave at 6 with everybody else? Did you just decide to stay? And I'm kind of I didn't even know that I was scheduled at 6. I'm damn it, I could have left at 6, because it was a day we weren't doing anything. It was just zoning. That was it, but oh well. I guess I made an extra hour of pay that I wouldn't have had on my paycheck if, I wouldn't have stayed, so. We're currently figuring out plans for this weekend. Mom was going to come down and have lunch on Saturday, hopefully at La Souterre. I don't know. I made a video 8 years ago about the place, and I will try to remember to link it below and put it at the end for you all. So we only discovered it 8 years ago, because that was the first time we were going in there. But he's closing. A Mom's Soup Guy, you may have heard me talk about him on videos before. Call your soup guy, see if he has coffee. Call your soup guy, see what kind of soup he has today. Blah, 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 blah. I was how would I give him his number and you call him? But somehow I ended up with his actual personal cell phone number, because he's replied to me before when I've asked, oh, are you going to be open today, whatever, blah, 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 And so I sent him a message asking about I saw the post on Facebook because there's a business upstairs, the Java Junction, is the coffee place, and I guess he must rent that space from them. I guess I didn't realize it was their property or whatever, their space, because they posted a thing on Facebook the other day. Java Junction posted a thing on Facebook saying La Souterre was closing, and they were looking to rent the space. So apparently Minxie is going to go into some entrepreneurial adventure. I don't know. She sounds interested in it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so Mom was going to come down and just have lunch out. But yeah, the post, back to the post, almost missed it. But the post didn't say when his last day in business would be. They just said he's closing, we're looking to rent the space, so and then people were asking in the comment section oh, what's his last day open, and the last I looked, there were no answers to that question. So it's kind of like, okay. I was like, I mean, I guess I can go directly to the source. So I sent a message saying, I saw the post on Facebook about, you closing, but it didn't mention what day, was your last day in business. It's like, would you happen to be open this Saturday? Because Mom's looking to come down and get soup at least one more time, But I have not received a reply. But he could be out of town. He could be, like, ignoring his phone because it's, he might be with family this weekend because, it is 4th of July weekend, even though I somehow keep forgetting that. I mean, we haven't done anything really for it in quite a few years. So I think my uncle would still have a party a few times, but I didn't always make it down for those parties. So, but now... but fireworks, speaking of fireworks, I've never been much of a firework person. I guess maybe when I was a kid, when I was younger. But I don't know. I guess as I've gotten older, the whimsy of them has, like, worn off on me. But I'll tell you what. Like, I think fireworks may be ruined for me because of Chicago. Being in Chicago on 4th of July and being in our Airbnb back before I think it was really a legal thing that people were supposed to do, subletting their apartments and what all, I don't even remember what floor we were on, but we were up in the sky, and we were actually going to go to Navy Pier and watch their fireworks show, but they were like full to capacity. We missed out on it. So we just, I believe that was the night that we got the cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, and we went back to the apartment to just chill for the night, I guess, or whatever. And it was one of those that had, like, picture windows on each side, and let me tell you, like, just all over Chicago, or our little section of Chicago, whatever, there was just fireworks going off everywhere for hours and hours and hours on end, and it was just like Navy Pier was not going to give us that show. I am never going to see that show again unless I rent a high-rise apartment in Chicago or like New York City, or I guess Los Angeles, or some big city. I mean, maybe even Kansas City. I don't even know. Could be just be in Kansas City or St. Louis or something. Might not have to go, not have to go so far. I could maybe stay local, maybe, but like Navy Pier was not going to give us that show. Like, it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. So I'll see if I can find that video. I mean, I should be able to find that video. I just don't remember for sure exactly which one it was. I guess the one on 4th of July, dipshit. What's that one? Okay. That's a note for me later. I don't edit these, so I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a little reminder, a useless reminder, because you're not going to see this, but fuck you, Like, okay. But, getting back on track with the stories, I suppose. But yeah, I guess that was my point. I think I finished my point where I was like, I'm never going to see a show like that again, probably a fireworks show like that again. But anyway, Holly has apparently invited us up to her place Saturday night for fireworks, and I guess she thought she already invited us. So, but Mom got, I guess, a message yesterday, and Holly was like, oh yeah, you guys can come up, whatever. She's like, I thought I already invited you, blah, 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 blah. I think it's one of those things like Mom waits to be invited, even though Holly's, maybe the newer generation, maybe, and they just, like, assume, like, you're family, you're invited. Like, what are you talking about? Sometimes I think that might be the issue. I don't know. With things. Because, I mean, I guess I can be that way, too. It's just kind of like, I can assume, oh, well, they didn't invite me, so I guess I'm not invited. Even though, I've been told, like Heather's told me a long time ago, she's like, anytime we have a party, a get-together, a barbecue, whatever, you're invited to come, like, I guess it's not like, they just assume that I know that I can come, I can show up, But I guess I feel like I'm intruding if I don't, if they, don't invite me kind of thing, like, I don't know. But yes, we've been invited to Holly's for Saturday night fireworks. So mom's trying to figure that out. Maybe go stay in Kearney, I guess. Maybe, but she's not sure if she can afford it or anything. So it's kind of like she said she'd figure it out after work. So I guess I'll know later today. If we're gonna do that or not. So that's about all I got going on here. And even though I didn't really have an update for you guys, I still blah 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 on for like 20 fucking minutes. So yeah, yes. The questions are in here. Yes, the sketches are over there because they won't fit in my little compartment anymore with that big ass that sword bookmark that's sticking out of there. So okay, so we're on that page. Let me make sure. I'm always worried I'm going to flip too many pages, but not enough tables. Never flip enough tables. Let them bitches know. Which books do you think everyone should read at least once? Bitch, I don't read. What we talking about? The library is open, darling. Your shoes are ugly. Yeah, take that. I don't read. What are you talking about? I don't read. The only thing I read comic books. I read R.L. Stine's Fear Street series, which are fun. I read a lot of. Basically, it was like Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer or Urban Legend. That's one of my favorite teen slashers from the 90s. It was the Fear Street books could be like slasher films in book form. Imagine, because R.L. Stine also did the Goosebumps, but imagine Goosebumps for an older audience. Did anybody die in the Goosebumps books? I don't know. I didn't read them, but I knew they were more for kids, so maybe they were a little bit more kid glove. Some of these stories could have cat hairs in my mouth. Some of these stories could have like supernatural elements to them as well, like witches or ghosts or something. From what I recall, I don't know. It's been a while since I've read any of the books, but he had this because I think it was supposed to be cursed. I know there's been a couple of Netflix movies about Fear Street, and they kind of get some of the lore, I guess. I guess I've talked for about 15-20 minutes. Is that how long? I don't know. But yeah, there's the old Fear Mansion up on the hill. They've never talked about the Fear Mansion in any of those. Was there 2 or 3 Netflix movies? I think there was 2 Fear Street movies. No, there was like 4, because there was the trilogy, and then there was the one about the prom. So there's been at least 4 Netflix movies about Fear Street, but none of them have ever mentioned like the Fear Mansion or any of that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like they don't really get into the lore, I guess, as much. Because I think that's how the last... Well, actually, he wrote some books years later. Some Fear Street books years later. But he kind of ended the series for a while on this it was 12 books. It was Fear Street Seniors. And he wrote 1 book a month for a year. And, it was the senior class of, is it not Bayside? Bayside is like Saved by the Bell, isn't it? Shady Side High? I don't know. Whatever the town was called. And the series of 12 books opens with some of them. I believe they snuck into the Fear Mansion, and they read a book or something. And they ended up like releasing this demon that put a curse on the entire senior class. So some of them did not survive. Just so you know, there was definitely deaths in Fear Street books. So and like each of the 12 books would like follow a different student. Sometimes maybe students would cross over different characters in different books. So that was kind of neat to like follow the senior class. So, like I said, some of them could have supernatural elements to them. So those I enjoyed, but that's been like the 90s. I once, when I was in high school, I remember I tried to read an adult book, not with like boobies, not like a pop-up book where it's like you're gonna get a penis in the face or something, you know, or titties, you know. But like it was you know, it was not a young adult novel. It was an adult novel, and it had something to do with ghosts. And it was written so flowery that I didn't really understand what the fuck was going on. But from what I could understand, nothing was going the fuck on. I think it was supposed to be maybe this. It had something to do with ghosts, supposedly, or the girl was just maybe like a pair, like maybe it's one of those stories where the person is haunted, like their mind is haunted. It's not real ghosts. It's just them being crazy. Like it might have been a story like that. But yeah, from what I remember, I don't even know how far I got into that book, but I kept reading, and I'm like, nothing happened, from what I recall. Like, nothing happened. And I'm like, I am so bored with this, I am going back to Fear Street. I'm just going back to my young adult novels. There was a good one called Class Trip, I believe, by BB Fast Rice. That was one of my favorites, because, you know, they tricked me really good. They pulled the rabbit out of the hat, whatever. the hat trick. Yeah, they did a thing. BB Fast Rice. And I think there's a second book, but I never read the second one. I mean, it's probably not connected to the first one anyway. It's probably like a completely, you know, like anthology series, maybe like a completely different class, a completely different trip. And obviously it'd be a completely different trip, but so I used to read a lot of those, you know, like slasher in book form, young adult novels, but I haven't read anything, and I couldn't tell you how long. Like, I don't even do audiobooks. I don't know. I have enough trouble keeping up with my stories and drag queens, so and sleeping. So, you know, like today was nice. I was able to come home and just sleep, and now I'll be able to just sit here in my pajamas for the rest of the day and relax and not do anything. You know, like I need more of that. So hopefully, I don't know. I keep saying, like, I'll probably go back to Parks and Rec one more year. I don't know. I keep saying, but I still have student loans. Like, I still have bills to pay. So, I mean, you know, extra money, I guess, is good, I guess. But also my freedom and my time. You know, it's like working a full-time job and a part-time job. It's like, maybe, like, I don't want to have a job at all. So it's like having two is like, I'm not getting any younger. That's what they say. Like Heidi would say, I'm no spring chicken, you know? So it's like, I'm just like, I mean, I was going to be sore all the time anyway, but it's like, even just getting up from the couch is like, you know, an event that you don't want to attend. Like, you know, a kindergarten singing band recital, something. Like, oh God. This is going to suck, but I guess I'll clap. Like, you know, like, just assume, take that same energy if you watch one of my videos. This is going to suck, but I'm going to clap. Thanks. You don't even have to clap. I don't even care, you know. But yeah, so a book everyone should read. I don't know. Because, I mean, it depends. It's just kind of like when people online ask for movie suggestions, I'm like, what kind of movies do you like? You know, I mean, maybe they're looking to get out of their genre, you know, I don't know. Maybe say that. I don't know. You know, like, I enjoy these kinds of movies, or I'm, you know, looking for this kind of story, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Because then I feel like I can give you better, you know, it's just like the, you know, the YouTube algorithm or the you know, the Facebook spies following you everywhere. Now I'm going to be now I'm going to be taken down for revealing the truth. No, it's like, you know, like, I want to know more about you to, like, better sell you things, I guess. When you ask me for like movie suggestions, it's like, what kind of movies are you looking for? Like, I don't know. Because I know what kind of movies entertain me, but I don't know what kind of movies entertain you. And if I do, maybe I can mesh the two together and figure out, well, okay, here's some movies that I like that you might also like. You know, I'm looking for, big titty goth girls. It's kind of like, I think there was one in Blair Witch 2, I believe, if I remember correctly. Maybe. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm like a shitty person to come to for book. I know what's Marilee. I think she's doing the audiobooks though, because that's what she does as she's working. She has her her thing in her ear. Not Witch Hunter Robin. That's an anime from a while back. Dungeon Crawler Carl, I think is the name of it. Seth MacFarlane is like making a show out of it, and I guess the current debate is, should it be live action or should it be animated? So, because apparently it gets crazy. It's going to be a lot of money, but so apparently that's super popular books right now. Obvi. But I don't read them, and I'll wait. I don't even know if I'll watch the show, but maybe. I don't know. I do remember my friend Byron. He's probably never going to watch these. Byron's never going to watch these either. But there was one. Well, fuck, I can't even remember the teacher's name now. But he was the only teacher that in college that taught creative writing for publication. So like you had to take this class with this teacher, and someone I know called him the lit Nazi. Well, now YouTube's definitely taking me down. Sorry. Here we go. But I just remember, like, he had a book. He's like, oh, here's a short list of books everyone should have on their shelf, and it was like 2 pages front and back. Maybe 3. There might have been a third, a half of a page or something. Like, it's like a short list of books everyone should have on their shelf. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Nick or Tanya still sell their books. I don't know. Last I looked, Tanya was selling another like book of poetry or something. And I don't know if Nick ever like released his second book. I bought his first book and never read it. It's just like all the movies that I buy and never watch. But I wanted to read it because it's like he enticed me because my character from his movie he apparently put in his book. So it's like, oh, well, that's cool. Marvin. Good old Marvin. Good old drunk son of a bitch. Happy-go-lucky, drunk-ass Marvin. But yeah, I don't even know if you can, I don't know. They wrote books. But I kind of always thought it'd be cool to be an author, I guess. But it's like you weren't really gonna, not that I really make that much money now, but I mean, to make it, or to really make a living out of writing, you really gotta, really gotta do it and like, have it hit, and like otherwise, starving artist is definitely what you're gonna be. But I mean, some people, that's what they prefer. Speaking like Nick's movie, like, we did DVD signings at Hastings back when that was a thing. And I mean, those were long days sitting there at the table, trying to get people to notice us, you know, trying to be like, hey, you know, we have this locally made independent film here if you'd like to check it out, you know. I think that was my spiel. That's what I would try to pull them in with that, you know, and Nick would like tell them about the story and blah, 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 you know. I mean, those were long days sitting there, like, trying to get people to notice us, waiting for people to notice us, hoping people noticed us, whatever, blah, 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 and didn't just walk by. Or the weirdest thing we got, the weirdest response we got was, sorry, I'm a farmer. And after he walked away, Nick was like, farmers don't watch movies? I was like, I guess not. I guess the idea is he's so busy he doesn't have time to watch movies. I guess. I don't know. That was like the weirdest thing. The weirdest response we got. But, I mean, they were fun. Like, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed sitting there, like, so much more than an 8-hour shift, you know, at, like, you know, Retail Paradise or anything, where we sell wall stuff, you know, like, I don't know, they were just, I guess you just felt like you were, you know, you weren't making any money, but you were living the dream, because it's like you were living by your own rules, and, you know, which is much more enjoyable, of course, probably, especially at the time. That might have been during the dark times of Store 61, but so I don't know. But it's never an avenue that because it was a hobby, and now I'm too lazy to do it. But like, you know, I don't know. I didn't. Once you turn it into a job and it's how you put food in your mouth, it becomes a lot less fun. It's just kind of like, I kind of feel like that's how I got with Dungeons and Dragons. Like, it felt more like a responsibility than a hobby, and it made me kind of stop enjoying it, you know? Like, it just wasn't as much fun anymore. Because I felt like it was something I had to do versus something I wanted to do, necessarily. You know, so that's kind of how it was with writing. And then, I mean, I didn't become a famous writer, and I still don't write. So I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter no matter which way you go about it. But so as far as books that I can suggest, I am a shitty person to do that. Do not listen to me, and the Bible. Praise Jesus. Or whatever. Or Buddha. Or, you know, other ones I probably can't mention by name. Whatever. But yeah. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about books. So read this one. There you go. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Alright. I'll pick that up later, I guess. Whoops. It's just my medication. No big deal. So yes, that was a long way to go to say I don't have a suggestion for you. Sorry. But anyway, I mean, I guess I never know what taste tests are going to pop up. Some of those have surprised me. But yes, I will try to remember, what were the 2 videos? Chicago 4th of July. Oh, the Lost Suter video. That was the other video that I'm going to try to remember to put up here for you. So that you can go check those out if you want to. I'm covering up Minxie. That was rude. And other than that, I'll be back next week with questions and answers and sketches and whatever. And I'll see you for what I see you.